Hey everybody, welcome to the live stream. I'm gonna grab my heart. Let me grab the heart. Hello everybody. Hello, welcome to Ollie's Anatomy and Physiology Practice Review live stream. How's everyone doing? Happy Tuesday. How's everyone doing? Hello. We'll go ahead and get started here in just a moment. I'm going to let some people join. But just in the meantime, I'm Ollie. I do these anatomy and physiology live streams multiple times a week, covering anatomy and physiology for you all. If you have any questions about anatomy and physiology, you can always send me a direct message. I'm putting up a little Service Plus button there. I'm also giving out $20 off of Anatomy and Physiology HESI and TEAS study guide. Just send me the word ebook through that link, and I'll absolutely give that to you. Also, I do have tutoring opening up in August 18th, and then some group classes. If you have any questions about that, hit that button as well. But hello, everybody. Thank you guys so much for joining today. Thanks for following. I appreciate it if you guys gave the live stream a like. The more that you guys do like and share the live stream, the more that we can get this out to as many people as possible to help on their HESI and TEAS. But if you're joining, hello, it's nice to meet you. I am Ollie. I go live multiple times a week covering anatomy and physiology. We do some other topics as well. Hello, hey, Cheeky Ritter 80 or Leslie. Beat Ups, hello, how are you doing? Good to see you. Glad to see you again. We go live multiple times a week covering A&P. We do some other topics as well. I actually have some pharmacology questions at the end. I have 120 questions total today, and the last 20 are pharmacology based. But I will be gone for the first 2 weeks of August, so basically to make up for that, I'm doing the next 2 weeks. So this week and next week are 2-hour live streams and 120 questions instead of the 1 hour, like 50 or 60 questions. But now that we have a lot more people in here now, we'll go ahead and get started. But nice to meet you all. I'm Ollie. I have my master's degree in molecular medicine, and I've been tutoring anatomy and physiology for 5 years now. Hello from Puerto Rico. That's awesome. Nice to meet you. Thanks for being here. Let me go ahead and get my iPad set up. And I'll flip it around, we'll talk, and then we'll get started with the questions. We got 120 questions to get through today, so. Alrighty, here's the schedule, by the way, guys. If you want to take a quick screenshot again, yesterday it was Monday, so that one's already done. Today's Tuesday, and then we have Wednesday, Thursday. These are all at 3:30. Saturday will be at 2. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and then I'll be on vacation. These are all going to be at 3:30. You can request topics using the Service Plus button. It's in the bottom left corner. Anything that you'd like to see topic-wise being tested on, please reach out to me via that. Greetings from Kenya. Hello, nice to meet you. And then also the TikTok sub-community can get the questions. Let me know if you have any interest in joining that and getting the questions. So, guys, thank you. I just started kind of doing this. But again, also use the Service Plus button if you're interested in one-on-one tutoring or group classes. Again, the availability for that is going to start August 18th again. And then again, if you use the Service Plus button to send me the word ebook, you'll get $20 off of the A&P study guide for the HESI and TEAS exam. Let me know if you want the link to my website as well. I have all the notes for anatomy and physiology for A&P 1, and then this is A&P 2. That kind of it starts my spiel with who I am. So let's go ahead and get started with the questions. Number 1, what chamber of the heart is going to receive deoxygenated blood from the body? If you're new here, you just comment A, B, C, or D. I'm from Virginia in the United States. I went to William and Mary. But hello, how's everyone doing? We're starting off with number 1. I'm also just going to pull up on my computer here the TikTok comments, so if I'm not here. I normally pull up my computer, that way I can have your guys' comments so I don't miss anything as well. We're on number 1 now. If you are just joining us, could you comment A, B, C, or D? Can we see the screen okay as well? Perfect. Awesome. Thank you for 1.5 thousand likes on the live already, guys. It's absolutely fantastic. The answer is going to be D. It is the right atrium. The right atrium receives deoxygenated. If we draw our little box here of our heart, we have our right atria, and then we have our right ventricle here, and then we have our left atria, and then our left ventricle. And the deoxygenated blood enters the right atrium. Oxygenated blood would enter the left atria. Number 2, what is the function of the tricuspid valve? The tricuspid valve. A, B, C, or D for that one. What do you guys think? A, B, C, or D? What do you guys think? Also, if you want to get the questions here, if you were interested in that, you just join our community here on TikTok. I just put up a little notification for it. Once you join, just send me a message or an email with your username, letting me know that you joined, and then you will get the questions after every live. Again, I go live multiple times a week. I try to go live every day, but it's at least 4, so you get at least 16 a month. Answer to number 2, what is the function of the tricuspid valve? The answer is B. It is going to prevent backflow into the right atrium. Remember that the tricuspid valve before you bicuspid valve, it is going to be between the right atria and the right ventricle. So it's going to prevent blood from going from the right ventricle into the right atrium. Number 3, which blood vessels carry oxygenated blood from the lungs to the heart? So to the heart. A, B, C, or D. If you are just joining and you are new here, welcome. It's nice to meet you. I'm Ollie. I have my master's degree in molecular medicine, and I've been tutoring anatomy and physiology for 5 years now. We do practice tests here every day, pretty much every week, multiple times a week, about at least 4. You just comment A, B, C, or D. And we're on number 3 now. The answer is going to be A. It's going to be pulmonary veins. Veins are going to carry, and when we talk about oxygenated blood, there are only a couple certain veins that carry oxygenated blood back. One is the pulmonary. Then there's the embryonic ones as well, and umbilical. Mostly vein just means that it carries blood back to the heart. It has nothing to do necessarily with its oxygenation or deoxygenation. The arteries are going to carry blood away from the heart. So the pulmonary vein is going to carry oxygenated blood from the lungs to the heart. Number 4, what is the correct order of blood flow through the heart? Now we're moving on to some of the blood flow. What is the correct order, A, B, C, or D for this one? Hello to everybody that just joined. It's nice to meet you all. Kel said, just started nursing school. I'll definitely be here more. That's awesome. Nice to meet you, Kel. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Yeah, we'll definitely, if you're starting in the fall, we're definitely going to be ramping up a lot of the content come the fall. Really, we're just focused on prepare. I know a lot of people have been asking how to prep for the fall, so a lot of the content here is focused on preparation. So hopefully when we get into the fall, we're going to start getting into more of the specific details of content. Number 4, the answer is going to be C. It goes from the right atria to the right ventricle, to the lungs, to the left atrium, and then to the left ventricle. And that'll be out into systemic circulation, so we'll just put body. The best way to memorize blood flow through the heart is to practice, get a diagram, and honestly draw it out. I always kind of draw my 4 boxes, and then I draw my heart, and then I practice drawing it out myself, labeling it as well. Number 5, where does blood go immediately after leaving the left ventricle? Immediately afterwards. Where does that go? A, B, C, or D for this one? What do you all think? What do you all think? A, B, C, or D? Also, if you use the Service Plus button, it's in the bottom left corner there. Next, it should be either subscription or Service Plus. If you send me the word ebook, I'll give you $20 off of the HESI and TEAS A&P study guide. And again, the live practice test is available with the answer key to the TikTok sub-community. Number 5, the answer is D. It goes immediately to the aorta. The aorta is going to receive blood from the left ventricle and sends it out to the rest of the body. The pulmonary artery is going to be connected to the right ventricle. Number 6, moving on to the next page of questions here. Number 6, what initiates the electrical impulse in the heart? I just went over this in EMT school. That's awesome. I'm glad you guys discovered this. That is absolutely fantastic. Hopefully we can help you understand it a little bit more as well. We're at 2.5 thousand likes. Thank you guys so much for all the likes on the live. If you get the question right as well, feel free to give a thumbs up in the chat too. But number 6, the answer is the SA node. It is the SA node. Answer choice C. The SA node is going to initiate the electrical impulse in the heart, giving us our heartbeat. And then we'll go to the AV node, then to the bundle of His, and then to the Purkinje fibers, which brings us to number 7. What is the role of the AV node? A, B, C, or D? If you got that last question right, put a thumbs up in the chat. Thank you guys so much for being here on a Tuesday. I appreciate you all so much. Thank you guys so much for being here. I hope you guys are having a great day and had a great weekend. And we occasionally do some NCLEX practice questions, but we're really focused here on anatomy and physiology. Are these lives recorded? Yes, they are, and then they are uploaded to YouTube. If you want the link there, just hit the Service Plus button, and you can ask for my YouTube link, or it's in my TikTok profile. As well as my TikTok profile, it has the link to my website with all my A&P notes as well. There's about respiratory system questions. We actually have some of those today. We're going over A&P 2 today. Number 7, the answer is B. It is going to delay the impulse to allow atria to contract. So this ensures the proper timing between atrial and ventricular contraction. It basically allows the atria to contract, getting rid of the blood from the atria, putting it all into the ventricles right before the ventricles can push out as much blood as possible. Number 8, which phase of the cardiac cycle involves contraction of the ventricles? Contraction of the ventricles. A, B, C, or D for number 8. What do you all think for that one? And if you would like to request any questions, you can do so with the Service Plus button. I actually just put up a little notification for it. Also, if you send the word ebook, you get a $20 coupon. But hit that. If you have any questions about anatomy and physiology or want a video made or just any sort of question request, please feel free to reach out to me via that. That's the best way to get in contact with me. But number 8, the answer is D. It's systole. Systole is contraction. Diastole is going to be relaxation. Number 9, what does the P wave on an ECG represent? A, B, C, or D? What does the P wave on an ECG represent? A, B, C, or D? What do you all think for this one? Just comment the answer choice down there, whatever you guys think it is. How often do I go live? I go live at least 4 times a week. I try to go live more than that, but it's usually at least 4. I actually just gave my schedule. We'll give it at the end of the live stream again, but we'll be live again tomorrow at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The answer here is going to be B. It's going to be atrial depolarization. The P wave is the depolarization of the atria. The ventricular depolarization, this is going to be our QRS complex. The ventricular repolarization, that would be the T wave. And then atrial repolarization is masked or hidden by the QRS wave. Or complex, I should say. Complex. Number 10, what causes the lub sound, otherwise known as S1 of the heart? What causes the lub sound S1 of the heart? A, B, C, D, or D? Thank you guys so much for the follows as well. It's nice to meet you all. I'm Ollie, by the way. I go live multiple times a week covering anatomy and physiology for you all. Is it true that a new organ was discovered? I actually need to read about that a little bit more. Yes and no. It's something that's kind of always been there, obviously. Like we've known it's there. It's the interstitium, necessarily, but it's mostly just a reclassification of existing tissue that we've already kind of known about. Basically, I wouldn't say it's a new organ. I would just say it's a new classification, a new category, if you will. I need to look a little more into it, but that's kind of what it seems like to me. It's not necessarily a new organ. But number 10, the answer is A. It is closure of the AV valves. Closure of the tricuspid valve and the mitral valves. The AV valves is the S1 sound, the lub sound. And then I circled the wrong one. So sorry, I was looking at the wrong one. The closure of the AV valves. Again, number 11 now is what is the dub sound? Before I explain this one, what is the dub sound? What is the dub sound? I'm sorry about that. I accidentally highlighted the number 11 instead of number 10. But what is this one? A, B, C, or D. Thank you guys so much for the follows as well. It's nice to meet you guys. I'm Ollie, by the way. I just got my master's degree in molecular medicine, and I've been an anatomy and physiology tutor for about 5 years now. The answer here is going to be B. It's going to be the closure of the aortic and the pulmonary valves. These are these two, the aortic and the pulmonary, are referred to as the semilunar valves. They close at the start of diastole, and they are the sound of the dub sound, which is S2. We're going to move on to the next page of questions here. Number 12, which system is responsible for detecting changes in blood pressure? A, B, C, or D for this one. What do you all think? A, B, C, or D for number 12? What do you all think? Yep, so do I post these questions anywhere? I do have some on my website. However, I give these out to our community here on TikTok. You just got to join the community. Once you join, just send me a message, and you will get every single question after every live. You get the blank test, and you will get the answer key at the end to do it by yourself. Number 12, the answer is A. It is the baroreceptors. These are going to detect the changes in your blood pressure. Baroreceptors are, in a sense, to detect that, they detect the amount of stretch in your arteries, like the aorta, and also the carotid sinus, and they adjust accordingly. Chemoreceptors are going to mostly detect like oxygen, carbon dioxide, pH. Central nervous system is going to process signals. Muscular system would be unrelated in this sense. But number 13, what hormone is released by the kidneys in response to low blood pressure? And if you would like to request topics for the next live stream, just hit the bottom left corner there. It'll say either subscription or Subservice Plus. Hit that. It'll say DM. You can DM me during the live. That is how I go through the requests for the questions. And we're just prepping for the fall semester. For those of you who are taking anatomy and physiology, we are going over A&P 2 today. Number 13, the answer is B. It is renin. It is renin. Renin is released in response to low blood pressure. Renin, in a sense, is going to activate what we call the RAAS system. That is our renin-angiotensin-aldosterone system. Number 14, which vessels carry blood away from the heart? A, B, C, or D? Would this be good for the T7? Yes, this is made for the HESI and TEAS. Yes, these questions are made in mind with the HESI and TEAS. So yes. Speaking of that, I also do have a anatomy and physiology study guide for the A&P section of the HESI and TEAS, and if you hit the Service Plus button and send me the word ebook, I'll give you $20 off of that. It's right here. Again, it's in the bottom left corner there. The answer is D. Arteries, equal if you think of A, they are away. Veins are back to the heart. They have nothing to do, I know a lot of students get this confused with oxygenated versus deoxygenated blood. Oxygenated does not mean it's an artery. Deoxygenated does not mean it's a vein. Because your pulmonary, umbilical, and your embryonic, they are different. Venules are smaller veins, and capillaries is the site of exchange. Number 15, what is a distinguishing feature of capillaries? A, B, C, or D? What is a distinguishing feature of capillaries? TEAS test tomorrow. Good luck, Kyla. If we could get good luck in the chat, that would also be fantastic. Yeah, we have our pulmonary arteries are going to contain deoxygenated blood, also your embryonic and your umbilical. Those are the other two exceptions to that. What's the difference between A and B2 and intro? Because I'm an intro and these questions are what I'm studying. It depends on what your A and P 1 or 2 go over. Most of them, A and P 1 is a lot more memorization, like structure anatomy-wise. A and P 2 can be a lot more of the physiological systems. But everyone's can be a little different sometimes. But number 15, what is a distinguishing feature? It's going to be B. It's going to be their thin walls that allow for gases and nutrients to be exchanged. Again, they are a single cell layer of walls that facilitate the diffusion. Number 16, which side of the heart is going to pump blood to the lungs? Like I also mentioned here, if you wanted to request topics, you can do so via the Service Plus button. If you wanted a link to my website with all the A and P notes, they become oxygenized once they reach the lungs, and then they become deoxygenized once they occur at the capillaries. That's where our gas exchange, our nutrient exchange is going to occur at the tissue level. We're going to supply oxygen to the tissues and then take the carbon dioxide that they expel and then bring it out to the lungs to get expelled into the external environment, and then we're going to bring back in that oxygen again. Number 16, the answer is A. It is the right side. The right ventricle is going to send blood to the pulmonary arteries. So again, the right ventricle will send deoxygenated blood to the lungs. Moving on to number 17, which circulation system carries oxygenated blood to body tissue? What is that called? A, B, C, or D for this one? And move fully down to the next page of questions. Also, you can use the Service Plus button if you want the link to my YouTube with the replays. If you want the link to my website, just let me know. I also have tutoring opening up August 18th as well as group classes. So just let me know if you're interested in something like that or have any general A and P questions. I'm happy to answer or make a video for you. Number 17, the answer is going to be B. It's going to be systemic circulation. So systemic is from the left ventricle to the body tissues and back, and then pulmonary will involve the lungs. So basically your pulmonary circulation will be from your pulmonary artery to your, let me put here, PA for pulmonary artery to your lung, and then through the pulmonary vein back to your heart, and then heart to body and back will be your systemic circulation. Coronary circulation will involve using your coronary arteries to supply blood to your heart and the coronary veins to bring it back. Number 18, what is a common result of long-term uncontrolled hypertension? A, B, C, or D? A, B, C, or D. For number 18, we're on number 18 now if you're following along. Thank you so much for the follows as well. It's always nice to see some new names as well. It's nice to meet you. I'm Ollie, by the way. I go live multiple times a week covering anatomy and physiology topics that you guys all request. We also do some other topics as well. Really, the goal here is to make anatomy and physiology finally make sense and prep you for the fall semester. We don't really just want you to pass here. We want you to absolutely ace and crush your exams. But number 18, the answer is B. This can cause damage to your blood vessel walls. So uncontrolled hypertension, meaning higher blood pressure, excessive blood pressure. Higher pressure is going to damage your endothelium. Number 19, what is atherosclerosis? What is this, essentially? This is very important to know if you're going into any healthcare field, what you will likely need to know for A&P. A, B, C, or D for this one. And welcome everybody that just joined. It's nice to meet you. I'm Ollie. I just got my master's degree in molecular medicine, and I've been tutoring anatomy and physiology for 5 years now. We're almost at 6,000 likes on the live today. Thank you all so much. I appreciate it. You guys are awesome. Number 19, the answer will be B. It's going to be the buildup of plaque in the arterial walls. That can be, when we refer to plaque, that can include cholesterol, fat, fat, and any cellular debris. Number 20, which condition is characterized by consistently elevated arterial pressure? A, B, C, or D? But back to number 19, an irregular heartbeat would be an arrhythmia. A blood clot in a vein will be a thrombus. And swelling of the pericardium is pericarditis. Just real quick while you guys are answering number 20. The answer here is going to be A. It's going to be hypertension. So again, when we have a consistently elevated, giving us hypertension, elevated blood pressure. Hypotension would be low, so hypo means lower below. Bradycardia, I think of Tom Brady if you're into sports. Tom Brady was slow, so you have a slow heart rate. Heart murmur, that would be a valve sound, so not necessarily with your blood pressure. Number 21, what is the primary component of blood plasma? A, B, C, or D? What do you all think for that one? For number 21, what do you all think? And if you would like to get these questions, you get the blank test and the answer key after every live. You just join our community here on TikTok. Once you join, just send me a message, and then I will get you the questions after every live. But number 21, the answer is C. It is water. It makes up about 90%. Then you have platelets, red blood cells, and the white blood cells. Those are all the cellular components of blood plasma. Number 22, which blood component is responsible for oxygen transport? A, B, C, or D? A, B, C, or D? Just learned to have a lab science and just had my ASCP license. Anatomy was one of my favorite courses in the uni. Yes, anatomy and physiology is definitely one of my favorites as well. It's definitely why I'm here as well. I absolutely love doing this. Answer here, so responsible for oxygen transport will be red blood cells. Red blood cells are going to contain hemoglobin. They are going to be responsible for binding oxygen and transporting it out to where it is needed. Moving on to the next page here of number 23. What is the main function of white blood cells? What is the main function of our white blood cells? A, B, C, or D? We're at 7,000 likes. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. I appreciate all the likes on the live today. The more that you guys do like and share the live, the more that this gets out to as many people as possible. We can help as many people as possible prepare for their upcoming semester of anatomy and physiology. The answer is going to be C here. It's going to be for fighting off infections. That's involved in your immunity. Transporting oxygen, like we mentioned, were red blood cells. Platelets are going to be for clotting blood and carrying hormones. That's not the function there. It's really just a function of the circulatory system. It kind of just carries it. Number 24, what blood type is known as the universal donor? A, B, C, or D for this one? Thank you guys so much for the follows as well. It's always great to see new names. I do try to remember people's names in here, especially if you're a very frequent member of the audience here on the TikToks. What level? This is pretty much for like pre-nursing or pre-undergraduate, kind of mainly getting people prepped for their course. For those of people who have it in the fall or their HESI or TEAS. Number 24, the answer is A. It is type O negative. Type O negative. They have essentially here why this is the universal donor is because it does not have any A, B antigens, and it also does not have an RH factor. Which leads us to our next questions here. Number 25, which body type is the universal recipient? A, B, C, or D? Do I have AMP2 study guides? Yes, they are. They are linked in my TikTok bio, or if you want, just hit the Service Plus button. Let me see if I can put it up here. I can, but it's in the bottom left corner there. Ooh, you're O negative. That's awesome. All right, number 25, the answer is C. It is going to be AB positive. It has the A, B, and RH antigens, so no antibodies there. The other ones will have antibodies that can attack the other types. Number 26, where does hematopoiesis primarily occur in adults? You're O positive, Bree. That's awesome. I'm A negative. Don't go sharing that around. But welcome everybody that just joined. It's nice to meet you. We're on number 26 now. Where does hematopoiesis primarily occur in adults? The answer is going to be B, is the bone marrow. Specifically at our red bone marrow. Number 27, what is the correct sequence of hemostasis, which is our clotting? A, B, C, or D for this one? Also, for those of you who just joined, it's nice to meet you. My name is Ollie. I go live multiple times a week covering anatomy and physiology topics that you guys request via the Service Plus button. It's in the bottom left corner, but it's also right here. I'm just going to pin it up here. If you have any topic requests, if you want any links to my website with my notes, or the tutoring or group classes or anything like that, or the link to the YouTube where you can watch the replay, please hit that button and let me know. I'm happy to get you to the resources that you would need. Hematopoiesis is the production of new red blood cells. And thank you guys so much for 10,000 likes in the live today. That's awesome. 10,000 likes is insane. 27, the answer is C. Oops, I used my red pen. I used my green highlighter. It is vasoconstriction to platelet plug to coagulation. Vasoconstriction, so I'm going to put it right here, is respectively, this is going to reduce blood flow. Platelet plug is going to form the plug, to plug the hole. Coagulation is going to stabilize the clot. Number 28, which blood component is primarily responsible for clot formation? A, B, C, or D? What do you all think for this one? Strawberry Shortcake, you're going to take AMP2 this fall. Good luck this fall. You're absolutely going to crush it. I know it. Fantastic. C, platelets. Saw a lot of C's. Platelets, what they do, particularly their function, they aggregate and they release clotting factors. All right. Number 29, which condition is characterized by a deficiency in red blood cells or hemoglobin? Excuse me, I had a little hiccup. Sorry, I had to take a sip of my drink. What does aggregate? Aggregate essentially means basically like it forms or collects up from separate units, or form into like a group of cluster. Number 29, what condition is characterized by a deficiency in red blood cells or hemoglobin? The answer is A. It is anemia. Gonna move on to the next page. This causes fatigue. It can also do parlor. Basically, essentially, there's going to be a low oxygen carrying capacity. Number 30, what is hemophilia? A, B, C, or D for this one? What do you guys think for number 30? We're moving on to number 30 now, if you're just joining us. And if you are new here, it's nice to meet you. My name is Ollie. I have my master's degree in molecular medicine, and I go live multiple times a week covering A&P topics that you guys request. And then you can also request topics via the Service Plus button here, or if you want any links to the website with the notes, or my YouTube. Oh, your cousin has that. Oh my goodness. That's not good. But the answer is going to be D. That is a genetic disorder affecting blood clotting. Basically, this can be due to a couple of different reasons, but mostly it's really missing when you are essentially missing clotting factors. And it's 9. Number 31, which of the following is not considered a lymphatic organ? Which of the following is not considered a lymphatic? This is anatomy and physiology too. So this is more, we're going from cardiovascular system, respiratory system, digestive, lymphatic, endocrine, things like urinary, reproductive system, all those sorts of things. And then we also have a bonus 20 pharmacology questions at the end as well. But we go live multiple times a week covering anatomy and physiology. We always do A&P 1 on Mondays and A&P 2 on Tuesdays. Moving on to number 31, which of the following is not considered a lymphatic organ? The answer is D. It is the pancreas. The pancreas is part of, it is both a digestive and an endocrine organ, not a lymphatic. The spleen, thymus, and lymph nodes are all considered lymphatic organs. The spleen filters blood. The thymus is where the T cells mature because they're thymus-derived cells. And then the lymph nodes filter lymph. They also house your immune cells as well. Number 32, what is the main difference between lymph and blood plasma? A, B, C, or D for this one? If you are just joining, hi, it's nice to meet you. I'm Ollie. I've been tutoring anatomy and physiology for about 5 years now, and I go live multiple times a week covering anatomy and physiology. We go live at least 4 times a week. I try to do it more than that. Passed my TEAS with an 80 yesterday. Thank you so much for your videos. They really help. That's awesome. Congratulations. If we could get a congratulations in the chat for you, that'd be fantastic. Lawrence, it reminds me last time I shook his hand, he told me, don't shake my hand too hard. Oh my goodness, you got his infusion. Oh my goodness. Alrighty. But number 32, what is the main difference between lymph and blood plasma? The answer is B. Lymph lacks red blood cells. Lymph is similar to plasma, but it has no red blood cells. Lymph is actually lower in oxygen. Plasma does have proteins, and plasma flows through lymph vessels. Plasma flows through the blood vessels. Lymph is really a combination of your interstitial fluid. Number 33, which of the following is part of the innate immune system? A, B, C, or D? Thank you guys so much for the follows as well. It's nice to meet you all. I'm Ollie, by the way. If you're new here, welcome. It's nice to meet you. Thanks for being here. We're going over some A&P 2 today. We do other topics as well. We actually have a bonus 20 questions of pharmacology at the end if you stick around. But we're on number 33 now. If I do miss your comment or your question, please feel free to repeat it. Sometimes I just write on my screen and I miss it, so definitely feel free to repeat it. Thank you guys for 14K likes. That's insane. The answer here is going to be D, though, the skin. This is part of your innate immune system. The skin is a physical barrier. Another example of this would be your mucous membranes. Basically, your innate would be your non-specific. So again, your skin, you're going to wash your hands. It's a physical barrier. Your T cells, your antibodies, and your B cells, those are all part of your adaptive immune system. But number 33, let's move on to number 33 here, and then we'll kind of explain what exactly the adaptive immune system is. Number 34, what is a key feature of the adaptive immune system? What is the key feature of that, which differentiates it from the innate? A, B, C, or D? When do I have to go in depth on these questions for CRNA school? Oh, you're starting CRNA school. That's awesome. I have my A&P 1 final tomorrow. You guys, I'm scared. Don't be scared, Angel. You got this. Just make sure you're getting enough sleep. Practice. If we could get good luck in the chat as well, that'd be awesome. If you want to go over that, please send a request via the Service Plus button in the bottom left corner there, or you can hit this button right here. I just put it up there if you have any topic requests. But number 34, the answer is B. It has memory and specificity. Adaptive immunity is going to target specific pathogens, and it has memory. Responding immediately, that would be your innate. Physical barriers are innate, and then enzymes are part of the innate defense. So again, your antibodies, they have a sort of memory. T cells are cell-mediated. All right, we're going to move on to number 35. What is the primary function of B cells, A, B, C, or D? Moving on with some more lymphatic questions here. How do you get a copy of the questions? You just join our TikTok community here. I'll put up a little it'll be a little instruction thing. I can get you the instructions on how to get it. But you can also hit the bottom left corner there, but I'll put the notification up in just a moment here. But number 35, what is the primary function of B cells? The answer is A. It is going to be to produce antibodies. B cells become plasma cells, and they are going to secrete or produce our antibodies. Killing infected cells, that is mostly the function of cytotoxic T cells. Present antigens, dendritic cells and macrophages present antigens, and then helper T cells. So we have our helper. These are what are going to activate our macrophages. So they are going to help activate those macrophages. Number 36, where do the T cells mature? Where in the body do T cells mature? A, B, C, or D? What do you all think for that one? A, B, C, or D? A, B, C, or D? We're at 15,000 likes. Thank you guys so much for all the support on today's live. 15,000 likes already is insane. But we're on number 36 now. The answer is going to be the thymus. T cell literally means thymus derived cell. All right. Number 37. What do antibodies bind to? A, B, C, or D? But T cells are actually, they are produced in the bone marrow, but in terms of their maturation, that is going to occur in the thymus. And then number 37, what do antibodies bind to? It's going to be antigens. They bind to antigens. Antibodies bind to specific antigens on pathogens. Number 38, how do vaccines help protect against disease? A, B, C, or D? How do vaccines help protect against disease? A, B, C, or D for that one? Awesome. Perfect. I'm seeing a lot of B's. You're absolutely correct. They are going to stimulate the adaptive immune system to create memory cells. Basically, vaccines are going to train your immune system by, in a sense, creating a sort of memory of them already. A weakened version of it. Viruses don't directly kill viruses or anything like that. Number 39, moving on. Which condition is an example of an autoimmune disorder? An autoimmune disorder, A, B, C, or D. Also, if you were curious about the questions, so I know someone asked, you just joined our community here on TikTok. I just put up a little notification for it. Once you join, just send me a DM or send me an email with your username, and then you'll get the questions after every live. It'll be the blank test and the answer key. I go live at least 4 times a week. So you get 4 a week, 16 a month. I am going to be gone for the first 2 weeks of August. So what I've done to make up for that, to make sure that subs get the same amount of questions, same amount of content, just in a short amount of time, is the live streams for the next 2 weeks are going to be 120 questions in 2 hours instead of the 50 or 60 hour. So we're doubling up for the next 2 weeks. At the end of the live stream, I'll give you guys my schedule, but I put it in one of my recent videos as well. But number 39, the answer is A. It's rheumatoid arthritis. It's an immune system it's an immune system disorder, an autoimmune disorder that attacks your joint tissue. Joint tissue. So giving you inflammation of your joints, arth meaning joint, itis means inflammation. The other ones are caused by some sort of pathogen or deficiency. Number 40, moving on to the next page of questions. Number 40, moving on to the next page of questions. Which cell type is responsible for directly attacking infected or cancerous cells? A, B, C, or D? You have arthritis? I know. This is Good Notes. This note-taking app is Good Notes. The other good one is Notability. I downloaded a trial of both, but I particularly... I kind of like the Good Notes a little better. But we're at 17.4 thousand likes on the live. That is absolutely nuts. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you guys for all the support. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you guys. But number 40, the answer is A. It is cytotoxic T cells. They are T cells that are going to destroy essentially your virus-infected or your tumor cells. B cells make antibodies. Helper T cells are going to help coordinate the immune response. Neutrophils more so target bacteria, kind of like your first responders there. They're not specifically infected cells though. Number 41, what structure is part of the upper respiratory tract? Remember that you have your upper and your lower respiratory tract. Which of the following here in number 41 is part of the upper? Thank you so much for the sub, Fatty. Please send me a message here on TikTok. Please send me a DM. Or send me an email with your username, and I'll get you the questions after the live. Thank you so much. Any support in the live means the world to me. I love doing these lives. But number 41, part of the upper respiratory tract would be answer choice B. It is the pharynx. The upper tract is going to include your nasal cavity, your pharynx, and your larynx. The lower respiratory tract will basically, it starts at your trachea and then it moves all the way down to your alveoli. That is the lower respiratory tract. Number 42, what is the function of alveoli? A, B, C, or D? A, B, C, or D? How do you get the questions? This is how you get the questions. You join our community here on TikTok. I just put up the little thing here. Just once you join, you'll get the questions after every live. Again, it's the blank test and then the answer key at the end. These questions it's an hour long. They're about 50 or 60 questions, but I'm going to be gone the first 2 weeks of August. So I want to make sure that subs are getting the same amount of content, and you guys are also getting the same amount of content for watching. So we're doubling up. We're doing 120 questions for 2 hours for the next 2 weeks to make up for those 2 weeks. So it's the same amount of content, just in a shorter amount of time. Number 42, the answer is going to be B. It's going to be the exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide. This is where the gas exchange occurs. Warming and humidifying air, transporting mucus, and pumping air. That's all different respiratory parts will handle these functions. Number 43, which muscle is primarily responsible for inhalation? A, B, C, or D? A, B, C, or D? What is the main muscle here? The main one. Again, primarily. A, B, C, or D? We're almost at 20,000 likes on today's live. That is absolutely nuts. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you all. That's awesome. Number 43, the answer is C. It is the diaphragm. And it is true that the intercostal muscles do, but they are only going to assist. Abdominals are going to be more forceful breathing. Oops, I bumped my stand. So sorry about that. I was shifting in my chair. And then pectoralis will kind of help a little bit, but it's only going to assist. Again, primarily here is going to be the diaphragm. Number 44, what happens when the diaphragm contracts? A, B, C, or D? A, B, C, or D for this one. Thank you all so much for the follows as well. It's nice to meet you all. I'm Ollie, by the way. I go live multiple times a week, at least 4 times, covering anatomy and physiology topics that you guys request. Then we do some other topics as well. We have the 20 bonus pharmacology questions at the end. Main difference between A&P1 and A&P2 can depend based on your course, but normally A&P1 is a lot more anatomy-based. A&P2 is a lot more physiology-based. It focuses on the systems that require more memorization, in my opinion, versus physiology. A&P2 will be more of the physiology stuff. A little bit more process-based instead of anatomy-based, and then vice versa. Number 44, what happens when the diaphragm contracts? The answer is going to be B here. The thoracic cavity is going to enlarge. That is going to draw air in. So contraction, when you contract your diaphragm, what this does is this is going to increase the volume of the thoracic cavity, lowering the pressure, allowing for more air to flow in. Number 45, what is the role of hemoglobin in the blood? A, B, C, or D for this one? I'm an RT student loving this. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Suzette, I appreciate it. I'm glad that you're enjoying it. Thank you so much. We're at 21,000 likes. That is insane. All right, I think you just finished up A&P1. That's awesome. Congrats, Adam. That's awesome. But yeah, A&P2 is a lot more process-based. I think there's a lot less memorization, in my opinion. I feel like I was memorizing a lot less and focusing on more on explaining and understanding concepts. But number 45, the answer is B. It is going to carry oxygen. I kind of went over that a little bit earlier. Hemoglobin and red blood cells will bind to oxygen. Number 46, how is most carbon dioxide transported in the blood? A, B, C, or D for this one. Number 46. Also, if you want to message me the word ebook, I have an A&P HESI and TEAS study guide. I'll give you $20 off of that. Even if you don't end up using it, you still have it. It's good for whenever. So, anything like that. Also, if you want to request a topic for the live stream, feel free to do that. Or if you have any questions, if you want a link to my website with all the A&P notes, link to the YouTube with the replay, all that stuff's in my TikTok bio. But please hit that if you want to get the direct link to it. But number 46, how is most carbon dioxide transported in the blood? The answer is going to be D. It is as bicarbonate ions. Carbon dioxide is converted to bicarbonate in our plasma, so it is transported mainly as bicarbonate. A very small percentage is bound to hemoglobin. Carbonic acid is unstable. And then in terms of the plasma, that's definitely less than less than 7-ish%. I think that's the percent. Not very much. Number 47, which part of the brain is going to control your breathing? A, B, C, or D for this one? Which part is going to control your breathing? A, B, C, or D? What do you guys think? Let me know. Just comment your answer choice of A, B, C, or D. Also, if you are new here and you are just joining, my name's Ollie, by the way. I go live multiple times a week covering A&P that you guys do request. Number 47, the answer is B, is the medulla oblongata. The medulla contains the respiratory control center. The other ones, they mostly have some sort of coordination or autonomic function, but they are, again, not going to be the primary control of respiration or your breathing. Number 48, what is going to stimulate the brain to increase our breathing rate? We're going to increase our breathing rate. And then I will explain why. I will explain why after you guys answer your answer choice of A, B, C, or D. Thank you so much for the follows as well. You're studying bones. That's brutal. That's a lot of memorization. Yeah. I actually posted a video a little while ago on how to study the skeletal system, but I'm actually probably going to make a new one because I think it's been about a month or two. It's been a month and a half since I've posted it, so I'll probably make a new one if you guys are interested in that. Number 48, the answer is going to be B. It is going to be high carbon dioxide levels. What happens when you have an elevated CO2 level? This is going to lower your blood pH, making it more acidic. That is going to trigger increased respiration. Oxygen has some effect, but again, carbon dioxide is going to be a lot stronger there. Higher pH. Again, higher pH would lead to a lower, I'm going to put BR for breathing rate, lower breathing rate. But that would be low carbon dioxide levels would lead to, so I'll put low CO2, would lead to high pH levels, leading to decreased breathing rate. And then high levels of carbon dioxide will decrease your blood pH, increasing your breathing rate. Number 49, what is tidal volume? TV, what is tidal volume? A, B, C, or D? Hopefully that helped a little bit understand the physiology there. Kayla said you're doing muscle and it's horrible. I have a love-hate relationship with muscles. I love the muscular system, but honestly, I think the muscular system is fun until you have to learn the origin, insertion, action, and innervation. That is brutal. If you want to get the questions for who just asked, you just join our community here on TikTok. I just put it up. You can just hit this. Once you join, send me a DM or an email with your username, and then I will get you the questions after every live. Number 20. I'm sorry, why did I say number 20? Number 49, what is tidal volume? The answer is B. It is the normal amount of air inhaled or exhaled during quiet breathing. Tidal volume is one quiet breath in or out. The maximum amount of air lungs can hold. It's going to be your total lung capacity. Answer choice C, air remaining after a full exhalation will be your residual volume, and then the air inhaled beyond a normal breath will be your inspiratory reserve volume. Oh, so I guess I gave that away. Well, hopefully you were just paying attention to what I just said, because number 50 is going to ask you, what does inspiratory reserve volume, IRV, measure? A, B, C, or D? Hopefully you were just paying attention. We are doing, so how this works in terms of the questions today, a normal live stream is a 1 hour, it's roughly about an hour to hour long, and it's 50 to 60 questions. However, I'm going to be gone for the first 2 weeks of August. I want to make sure that I'm getting the same amount of content out, especially for the subs who get the questions. I want to make sure you're getting the same amount of questions and content, and just anyone in general who watches the live streams. So we are doing for the next 2 weeks, 2-hour live streams, 120 questions to make up for the absence. So it's the same amount of material and content, just in a shorter amount of time. But number 50, the answer is B. It is the extra air inhaled after a normal breath. Again, answer choice A, normal air. That's going to be your tidal volume. This will be residual. Total lung capacity is going to include all. Number 51, which of the following is a chronic inflammatory condition of the airways? A, B, C, or D? What do you guys think for that one? A, B, C, or D? We're almost at 25,000 likes today. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. Number 51. Chronic inflammation of the airways is referred to as asthma. So the reason why, I know inflammation is itis here with bronchitis, but bronchitis is often acute. Asthma is chronic inflammation and essentially a hyperactivity of your airways. Pneumonia is an acute infection, and tuberculosis is a bacterial disease. Number 52, which disease is characterized by progressive damage to alveoli and airway obstruction? And we're going to move down to fully onto the next page here. Number 52, A, B, C, or D. Also, if you would like to request any topics for the lives, or you would like to get the ebook, or the study guide for the HESI and TEAS A&P section, and you want $20 off, a $20 coupon, just hit the bottom left corner there. Thank you so much for the sub. Please send me a DM so you can get the questions after the live. But number 52, the answer is going to be C. It's going to be emphysema. Emphysema. Emphysema is going to cause alveolar wall destruction. What that is going to do is going to reduce the gas exchange. Asthma affects your bronchi, not your alveoli. Cystic fibrosis would be genetic or like kind of mucus related, and COPD is a broader category, but it does include emphysema. Number 53, what is pneumonia? What is pneumonia? A, B, C, or D? A, B, C, or D? Thank you guys so much for the follows as well. I appreciate it, you guys. Again, here, just to reiterate, if you want to send me the word ebook to this message here, you get a $20 coupon. Even if you don't use it, you just have it. Also, if you want to request topics for the next lives, at the end of the live stream, I will show my schedule. Number 53, the answer is B. It is infection causing inflammation of the alveoli. Basically, the alveoli are going to fill with fluid or pus. Number 54, what structure branches directly from the trachea? What structure is going to branch directly from the trachea? Directly. Scribed. Awesome. Thank you, Goddess. Thank you. Please send me a DM so I can get you the questions. This is good to use for LPN school. Yes, it would be. Yes, absolutely. Number 54, the answer is C. It is the bronchi. It's the bronchi. The trachea is going to split. So when you have your trachea, the trachea is going to split off into your right and left bronchi. Number 55, which gas is exhaled as a waste product of cellular respiration? Of cellular respiration, A, B, C, or D? What do you all think for this one? We're at 26,000 likes. This is insane. That's nuts to me. You guys are insane in such a good way. I appreciate it. The answer is going to be carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is the waste product of cellular respiration. It is produced during, particularly, aerobic respiration. Oxygen is used, it's what we use. It's not a waste product. Number 56, what is the correct order of the GI tract from the liver to the mouth? A, B, C, or D? Norvita said, this is a great way to study. Thank you. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. 56, you need to remember what's your advice. The best way to go through about this is kind of drawing it out in a sense. So I'll give you the answer and then we'll kind of explain it. But really just practicing going through it and drawing it out yourself is probably the best way to remember this information. The answer here for number 56 is going to be B, though. It goes from your mouth to your esophagus to your stomach to your small intestine to your large intestine and then out through your anus. Particularly, you want to practice just draw, what we have here, mouth to esophagus to stomach, small intestine, large intestine, anus. The best way to do this is start, because obviously, in a sense, your body goes from top to bottom, so your mouth is, up here, and your anus is down below, if we draw a person. The mouth is up here, and the anus is down here, although a lot of people do have their rear end up here sometimes with what comes out of it. But anyway, I digress. But anyway, you go through, practice, you have your mouth, then you have your esophagus, then your stomach, then your small intestine, your large intestine, and then your anus. We're going to move on to the next page of questions. Number 57, which organ produces bile? A, B, C, or D? A, B, C, or D? A, B, C, or D? What do you guys think? Also, if you would like to get the questions, you just join our community, and then once you join, send me a DM, and then I will get you the questions afterwards. But number 57, which organ is going to produce bile? The answer is going to be B. It is going to be the liver. The liver, again, because a lot of students get this a little confused sometimes. The liver produces it. The gallbladder stores and releases it. But just because it's stored and released there does not necessarily mean it is produced there. Pancreas is going to be responsible for enzymes. Stomach is going to be responsible for digesting proteins. Number 58, what is the function of the gallbladder? Knowing that. I'll give you guys a moment to answer. That one. A, B, C, or D. I'll take a sip of my Coke Zero. I've been talking so much lately, my throat is starting to go on me. So I apologize about that if I start sounding a little raspy. The answer choice is going to be B, is going to store and concentrate bile. Number 59, what is the main function of the pancreas in digestion? What is the main function in digestion of the pancreas? Remember that the pancreas is both an endocrine and an exocrine function. The exocrine function here is how it aids in digestion. And how it does so is answer choice C, is going to release digestive enzymes and bicarbonate. So I know someone had a question on this the last time I did this question. So the pancreas secretes proteases, which are precursors. So they get basically their enzymes get activated once they reach the small intestine. Lipase and amylase are active. Bicarbonate is released from the pancreas. This was the question that was asked. Bicarbonate is released to neutralize stomach acid that leaks into the intestine. Because remember, you have hydrochloric acid in your stomach. Some of that does leak, and that is going to get neutralized by bicarbonate. Number 60, which enzyme begins carbohydrate digestion in the mouth? A, B, C, or D? What do you guys think for this one? Does that make sense about the bicarbonate thing? Just a yes or no. But number 60, the answer is B. It is going to be salivary amylase. Pancreatic amylase is going to act in the small intestine. So this is again going to be in the small intestine. Number 61, which enzyme is responsible for breaking down proteins in the stomach? A, B, C, or D? Yeah, like the exactly. Yes, perfect. Thank you guys for letting me know that. I just want to make sure. I know, because last time I asked that sort of question, I did get a couple DMs afterwards asking about it. I didn't explain it, so This time I want to explain it and explain why. We're almost at 30,000 likes, guys. That is insane. Let's go. I appreciate you guys so much. Number 61. The answer is A. It is pepsin. Pepsin is going to begin protein digestion in the stomach. Lipase is breaking down fats. Amylase, carbohydrates. Sucrase is going to break down sucrose in the small intestine. Number 62. Where does most nutrient absorption occur? I know a lot of students actually get this one wrong. But yeah, let's answer. Let's see what you guys think for this one. A, B, C, or D. Fantastic, you guys are getting this one right today. Perfect, it's going to be C. It's the small intestine. Small intestine is where the most nutrient absorption occurs. The large intestine is so once it reaches the large intestine, that is the indigestible matter. We're going to reabsorb the water from that indigestible matter, and that is what's going to form a more solid feces. Number 63, what structure is going to increase the surface area for absorption in the small intestine? A, B, C, or D for this one. Also, if you want to send me the word ebook, you'll get a $20 coupon off the HESI and TEAS A&P study guide. Or if you just want the link to my website with my A&P notes, or if you have any questions about A&P, or the link to the YouTube, just please hit that. Let me know. Let me know what you need. I can definitely direct you to the right resource. Number 63, or if you have any questions about just like the questions or want to request a topic or questions about joining the TikTok sub-community, please feel free to, I'm happy to answer the questions. It's the best way to reach me. But 63, the answer is B. It's the villi and the microvilli. They maximize the amount of absorption by increasing the surface area. If there's more area to absorb. Number 64, what is the role of the liver in metabolism? A, B, C, or D? Thank you guys so much for the follows as well. It's always great to see some new names in the lives as well. I always try to remember people's names, especially if you're kind of pretty frequent in the lives as well. But we're on number 64 now, if you're following along, and the answer is going to be C. Fantastic. It's going to process nutrients and detoxify harmful substances. The liver metabolizes carbs, fats, and proteins, and it's going to detoxify the drugs and toxins and stuff. Number 65, what is peristalsis? What is peristalsis? A, B, C, or D for this one. A, B, C, or D. Awesome. 65, the answer is B. It is the wave-like muscle contractions that move food. It's involuntary. Peristalsis pushes through food through your GI tract. Chemical breakdown of nutrients, that's digestion. Nutrient absorption would be C, obviously. Enzyme secretion is a secretion. Number 66, where does peristalsis occur? Where does peristalsis occur? Which I think I accidentally said that in the last question. But it would be C. It'd be your small intestine. Those are the wave-like substances, or contractions that are going to push substances through your GI tract. 66, the stomach kind of receives food and it's already moved there. Later in the GI tract. But number 67, which condition involves the backflow of stomach acid into the esophagus? Whenever you have backflow of stomach acid into the esophagus, what is that referred to as? Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't know why I said that. I was tripping. I was confused for a sec. My bad. Esophagus starts in peristalsis. Later on is the small intestine. I forgot that I put esophagus as an answer here. But small intestine does include peristalsis. So that's later on. It begins in the esophagus. So sorry about that. My mistake. Sorry. I was I'm just thinking. Number 67, the answer is GERD, though it is gastroesophageal reflux disease. This acid reflux basically is going to cause irritation to your esophagus. Number 68, what causes peptic ulcers? A, B, C, or D? Now, as soon as I answered it, I was like, I feel like I'm explaining this wrong. I was like, I definitely had an intuition. Then I was like, wait a second. I was like, I don't know why I said that. Sorry about that. My mistake. I've been talking for almost 9 hours straight now from the tutoring and stuff. So my throat is getting scratchy. My brain's getting a little foggy. I'm so sorry. It starts in the esophagus, but it also does occur in the small intestine. It just occurs later on. Number 68, the answer is B. It is an H. pylori infection or an overuse of NSAIDs. Number 69, gallstones are typically made of what? A, B, C, or D? No, I'm not tired, I promise. I'm fully energized. No. I make mistakes sometimes too. At least, yeah, like I said, I said it and I was like, I don't know why, I seem wrong. I don't even, you probably heard the hesitation in my voice. Thank you, Ambient, for the GOAT gift. Thank you so much for the gifts. Number 69, but yeah, then like a second later, it cracked in me. I was like, wait a sec, no, that's not right. Number 69, they are typically made of hardened cholesterol. Answer choice B. Most gallstones are cholesterol-based. Number 70, which part of the large intestine is going to store feces before elimination? A, B, C, or D? How do you get a copy of this? So to get a copy, you join the community here on TikTok. Just hit this. I just put up a little notification for it. And then once you join, just send me a DM. And then you will get the questions after every live. It'll be the blank test and the answer key. Number 7, the answer is C. It is the rectum. The rectum is going to store the feces until defecation. The cecum is going to receive material from the small intestine before it goes to the large intestine. The ascending colon is the upper part of the colon, and then the sigmoid flexure, that's a fissure, or like a flexure, not a storage site. Thank you so much for the Harmony gift. Thank you guys so much for the gifts. I appreciate you guys. But number 71, what is the functional unit of the kidney? What is the functional unit of the kidney? Also, just regarding the questions, normally, so how this works is I normally do an hour live stream with 50 to 60 questions, but I'm going to be gone the first 2 weeks of August, and I want to make sure that you guys are getting the same amount of content from me as you normally would. So for this week and next week, to make up for those 2 weeks, I'm doing 2-hour live streams, 120 questions. Thank you, Farron, for the sub. Please send me a DM so I can get you the questions. This, in a sense, is making sure that you are still getting the same amount of material from me. So it's just the same amount, just kind of in a shorter time frame. But number 71, what is the functional unit of the kidney? The answer is C. It is the nephron. The cortex and the medulla are kidney. These are both kidney regions, not the functional unit. The glomerulus is part of the nephron. Number 72, which part of the kidney is going to contain the renal pyramids? A, B, C, or D? The renal pyramids. What do you guys think for that one? What do you guys think? A, B, C, or D? Number 72, the answer is B. It is the renal medulla. The renal pyramids are located in the medulla. The cortex surrounds the medulla. The renal pelvis is going to collect urine, and the ureter is going to transport it from the kidneys to the bladder. Number 73, what is the first step here in our urine formation? So when we're going to form urine, what is the first step of that process going to be? Thank you guys so much for the follows as well. I appreciate it. It's always great seeing new faces. Number 73, the answer is A. It is filtration. Filtration is going to happen in the glomerulus, like we mentioned. The rest of these are steps that follow it. Number 74, where does filtration occur in the nephron? I just gave that answer away. But it is C. It is the glomerulus. That's the third time I've said that now. But filtration occurs in the glomerulus, and the glomerulus is within the Bowman's capsule. All right. Number 75, we're going to move on to the next page of questions. Number 75, what is reabsorbed during tubular reabsorption? Also, if you would like to get the link to the YouTube where you can watch the replay of this, it's available. If you send me a DM here, it's available in my TikTok bio. Also, if you want to get the link to my website with all the A&P notes, or if you want to send me, if you just message me the word ebook, you'll get $20 off. I have a HESI and TEAS A&P study guide. Even if you don't use it, you'll just have it. It's pretty much just good till whenever. There's no expiration on it or anything like that. But number 75, what is reabsorbed during tubular reabsorption? The answer is B. is water, glucose, and sodium. They are very valuable substances that you need, and they get reabsorbed into the blood. Number 76, what is the role of tubular secretion? A, B, C, or D? A, B, C, or D? A, B, C, or D for this one. What is the answer for 73? It was filtration. Moving back down to 76. If I do miss any questions or anything like that, please feel free to repeat it. Sometimes I just go right on my screen and I do miss it. Number 76, the answer is C, is going to move substances from the blood into a tube or the tube. Oops. Secretion would remove some sort, it could remove waste, drugs, or the hydrogen ions into the filtrate. Number 77, which hormone increases water reabsorption in the kidneys? I know a lot of students get mixed up between two of them. So 77 is about to cook me. I know a lot of students, this question pretty much goes into every live stream just because I have so many students. This is what people reach out to me the most or just have a problem with in tutoring or in the live. So I always try to put this question in here. Repetition and consistency are the key to success. So that is why this question is always in the lives. The answer is going to be B. It is antidiuretic hormone. Antidiuretic hormone is the hormone that directly increases water reabsorption in the kidneys. Aldosterone is the one that students get it mixed up with. This is going to increase sodium reabsorption, also increasing potassium excretion, but water follows sodium. So it is also going to increase water reabsorption. That is through the mechanisms of sodium, not water directly itself. So this is water indirectly. Okay. Number 78, what is the function of aldosterone? Hopefully you were just paying attention, but I knew it anyway. Yeah, perfect. Yes, so I tried. That's the point of having the question be next, just so you can pay attention and you know you are now armed with the material to answer the next question. I'll give you guys a moment to focus on this one. Perfect. It is B. It's going to increase sodium reabsorption and potassium excretion. Number 79, which of the following is going to help maintain acid-base balance? Acid-base balance. A, B, C, or D? Yeah, I learned. Yes, that's the point. Yes. Good, I'm glad. I'm so glad. Thank you guys also for 35,000 likes on today's live. I really appreciate you guys. You guys are absolutely fantastic. Thank you all so much. The answer is going to be the kidneys. The kidneys help maintain the acid-base balance. Again, the kidneys, they're going to excrete or reabsorb hydrogen ions, or bicarbonate. Number 80, what structure carries urine from the kidneys to the bladder? A, B, C, or D? A, B, C, or D? Thank you. It's no problem. I think that was a thank you for me. I'm right on time. I'm in AMP now. Yes, that is perfect. Yes, we're kind of getting closer towards the end. We're a little over halfway. There's 120 questions. Why can you only live with one kidney? Basically, your human body is pretty adaptable and whatnot. But one healthy kidney can effectively filter waste. Basically, the vital functions can be accomplished by one. But the answer is going to be the ureter. So what the structure that carries urine from the kidneys to the bladder is the ureters. The urethra is from the bladder to the external environment. Number 81, what is the function of the bladder? A, B, C, or D? What is the function of the bladder? A, B, C, or D. And if you would like to get these questions, you just join the community here on TikTok. Again, I go live multiple times a week, taking my fourth test on Friday. Good luck on your test. You got this. If we could get good luck in the chat as well, that'd be fantastic. Let me see your name. Goddess Vibe 5. Good luck. You got this. You're going to crush it. That's how you get the questions down there. Just send me a DM letting me know that you joined. Again, I'm not going to be live the first 2 weeks of August, so we're doing 120 questions instead of the 50 to 60, just to make sure we're getting everybody's getting the same amount of material. Number 81, the answer is C. It stores urine until excretion. Mine is very small. I always have to go to the bathroom. But bladder is going to temporarily store the urine. The kidneys produce it. The nephrons filter blood. Kidneys are going to regulate the electrolytes and all those sorts of things. Number 82, what structure carries urine from the bladder to the outside of the body? I just gave that one in the way in the previous question. So let's see if you were paying attention. Thank you guys for putting good luck in the chat. Is this practice for the TEAS? Yes, this is particularly, this is a little bit of both. It's good practice for the HESI or TEAS for the A&P section. Or if you're taking anatomy and physiology in the fall, this is these live streams are a great way to prepare for that. Thank you guys for putting good luck in the chat for Goddess Vibe. I appreciate it. We're trying to create a uplifting anatomy and physiology community here too. The answer is D. It's the urethra. Number 83, what is a common symptom of a urinary tract infection or a UTI? A, B, C, or D? I'm going to take a sip of my Coke Zero here. I'm so sorry. My voice is really starting to go. Perfect, though. It is B. Classic symptom. Burning sensation during urination. Painful urination. That's also referred to dysuria. This is a key sign of a UTI. Number 84, what are kidney stones typically made of? A, B, C, or D. Thank you guys so much for the follows as well. Slippery elm. I have to try that. Actually, thank you to Laura. I've actually been looking up ways because I talk like I tutor in the mornings, pretty much all morning, and then I live stream for like an hour, and then I like sometimes have a tutoring session after. But I've been doing 2-hour live streams. By the end of the day, man, my your abbreviation. Yeah, we can do some abbreviations. Please put it in the Service Plus. Let me put it up here. Put it in the Service Plus down the bottom left corner there. I'm actually definitely going to need to try. Thank you, Taylor. What is that called again? So sorry. I'm just going to write that down if I can pull it up. Slippery elm. Okay, I'm going to write that down. I appreciate that. 84, they are typically composed of calcium, oxalate, or other mineral crystals. Most stones are going to contain some sort of calcium compound. Number 85, what condition can result from dehydration and a buildup of minerals in the kidneys? A, B, C, or D? Yes, these questions are available to study on your own. They're right here. You can just hit this. Once you join our TikTok community here, you just join, and then you message me. You just let me know you join. You get the questions after every live. Essentially, right now, we're doing 2-hour, 120 question lives. They're normally an hour, about 50 or 60 questions, but I'm going to be gone the first 2 weeks of August, so I want to make sure that we're getting the same amount of content for everybody, so that's why we're doubling up on the lives for the next 2 weeks. But number 85, the answer is B. It is it's kidney stones. Low fluid is going to lead to crystallization in the kidneys. Alrighty. And moving on to number 86, we're going to move on to the next page here. Which gland is considered the master gland of the endocrine system? You have to be part of the TikTok community. It's like the sub-community. It's available on my profile as well. Sometimes I put it up in the chat as well. And the Service Plus button down there, if you'd like to get a $20 coupon off the HESI and TEAS A&P study guide, just message me the word ebook. Or if you have any questions about A&P or you have a request for the live stream, please hit that and let me know. 85, real quick, the answer was kidney stones. What condition can result from dehydration and mineral buildup in the kidneys? It is kidney stones. Number 86, the answer is A. It's a pituitary gland. It is known as the master gland, basically because it controls many of the other glands via its own hormone release. The other one, so hypothalamus is the master regulator because it releases releasing hormones and inhibiting hormones. Thank you so much for the gifts as well. Number 87, which hormone is released by the pancreas to lower blood glucose levels? Again, this is the other function of the pancreas. It has both endocrine and exocrine functions. We mentioned in the digestive system, it was by releasing enzymes into the small intestine and bicarbonate. But what about here? Let's answer this question. Let's answer the next 2 questions and we'll kind of talk about it. But most of you are putting B, and you're absolutely correct. It is insulin. Oops, I didn't mean to cross it out. It's insulin. Insulin essentially is going to promote the uptake of glucose by cells. Doing that lowers your blood glucose levels. And number 88 is also a function of the pancreas. What is the function of glucagon? And that is why, thank you so much, Evelyn, for the sub. Please send me a DM so I can get you the questions after the live. But number 88, what is the function of glucagon? Again, the pancreas, its endocrine function is releasing hormones, and that's through insulin and glucagon. Mainly, there's some other ones as well we can talk about later on. Number 80, the answer is C. It's going to be raising our blood glucose levels. Particularly does so with glycogen breakdown. This is going to occur in the liver. Number 89, what hormones are produced by the thyroid gland? A, B, C, or D? What is the difference between glycogen and glucagon? So glycogen is the stored form of glucose. That can be mainly in the liver and your muscles. Glucagon is a hormone that helps glucose. It helps release glucose. So basically, in a sense, glucagon is going to release glycogen or break down glycogen in a way. Hopefully, does that make sense? Whoever asked that question, what was the name? Nay. Does that make sense? Hopefully that answered your question. But number 89, the answer is T3 and T4. Whenever you see here. So these are produced by the thyroid gland, T3 and T4. T3 is triiodothyronine. I always have a tongue twister. Triiodothyronine, and then T4 is thyroxine. I always have a tongue twister saying that one. But these are pituitary hormones, TRH and GH. So TRH is from the hypothalamus, growth hormone is from the pituitary gland, and then the insulin is from the pancreas, but then T3. So this is correct in the first half, then wrong with the insulin. Number 90, which hormone is going to stimulate the thyroid to release T3 and T4, A, B, C, or D? Oh, I'm so proud of all 413 people on this live. We could be scrolling, but we're learning. That's honestly my biggest fascination with the live stream. That's why I love doing it so much. It's just like, it's just awesome. Like, I couldn't really do this without you guys. And there's been live streams. I think at one point we had like almost 2,000 people in one live stream for like pretty much the majority of the time. Like, it just really is fascinating to me. And I appreciate you all for being here. Seriously, like, I can never express my gratitude enough for how much I just love doing this. And I love you guys for being here and participating and yeah, just everything. It really is like the coolest thing ever. Every time I talk to somebody, I always talk about how just cool this is. The answer is going to be B, though. It's going to be TSH. It's going to be the thyroid stimulating hormone. Again, TSH literally means stimulating hormone of the thyroid. It comes from the anterior pituitary, and it's going to target the thyroid to release T3 and T4. Moving on to the next set of questions here. Number 91, what type of feedback loop is going to regulate hormone levels in the endocrine system? Thank you for doing this. Yeah, thank you for being here. Seriously, I appreciate it. Also, if you have any live stream requests, topics, please do so via this message down here. It's the Service Plus button. You can do it during at any point in the live as well. It's in the bottom left corner there. It's called Service Plus. It allows you to send me a direct message during the live, so you don't have to leave or just forget a question or anything. But number 91... what type of feedback loop regulates hormone levels? The answer is B. It is negative feedback. Negative feedback. Most hormone regulation relies on negative feedback. Again, negative feedback is going to be acting in opposition. Positive feedback it's very rare. It mostly has to do with oxytocin, but it's going to amplify or enhance some sort of stimulus. Number 92, steroid hormones are what? A, B, C, or D for this one. A, B, C, or D. I'm not even in school and I'm hooked. I'm so glad. Thank you, Wendy. I appreciate it. Theo, this gives me nostalgia. Yeah, I know, it is a very nostalgic class. I do actually miss it sometimes. Excuse me. Sorry, my throat's getting scratchy. Pookie said, what's the difference between negative and positive feedback? Oh my goodness. I keep taking sips of my drink and it keeps coming back, and then every now and then it just goes. The answer is B, lipid soluble, and it is derived from cholesterol. So being lipid soluble and deriving, it allows it to pass through the cell membrane, and it's going to bind to intracellular receptors. Number 93, peptide hormones. Drink water. I know I have both of my soda, and I have water next to me. Oh, anyone else learning here more than when they took the actual class? I appreciate that. That makes my day. I'm so glad. That's honestly the goal. I really want to make it better as well. But number 93, the answer is A. I'm sorry. Number 90, I'm sorry. I'm looking at the next one. Or no, hold on. Give me one second. It's A. It's peptide, bind to receptors on the cell surface. Peptides are water soluble. They cannot cross membranes, so they have to act via surface receptors and secondary messengers. Number 94, which hormone is released during stress and is going to increase blood glucose? No idea. Me, that's awesome. Thank you guys. I appreciate you guys for saying that this is helping you learn. I'm a retired nurse for 50 years. I've enjoyed learning new things. It's awesome. Hi, Ollie. Thank you. Oh my goodness, he went away. Thank you so much for helping me pass my biology 251 with letter B. I'm so grateful. That's awesome. Congratulations. If we could get congratulations in the chat as well, that would be so awesome. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you so much for watching. And I'm glad that I was able to help in any way. But seriously, congratulations. But number 94, which hormone is released during stress? The answer is A. It is cortisol. I have a lot of it. That's so funny. I do too. Yeah, I do have a lot of cortisol. But cortisol is a it's a corticosteroid. And it raises blood glucose in response to stress, more so long-term stress. Epinephrine is going to activate, so it's part of your fight or flight response. It increases blood glucose, but this is during a more acute stress. So if this, in a sense, was here also, it would be correct. But epinephrine is more acute stress. I'm sorry. Yeah, epinephrine is more acute, and then cortisol would be more long-term. Number 95, which gland releases epinephrine and norepinephrine? Norepinephrine and epinephrine. I follow up with my endocrinologist. Awesome. Thank you guys for putting congratulations in the chat for Adolphe. It's good to see you again. Hope you're doing well. I appreciate everyone doing that. It's always great to have an uplifting anatomy and physiology community for each other. But number 95, which gland releases epinephrine and norepinephrine? The answer is B, it's the adrenal medulla. Cortisol and aldosterone, actually let me read it here. Cortisol and aldosterone get released by the adrenal cortex. Going to move on to the next page of questions here. Number 96, which endocrine disorder is characterized by insufficient insulin production? A, B, C, or D? My endocrine exam today says this is really helpful. Awesome. Good luck on your exam. We'll get good luck in the chat too. That'd be awesome. Also, if you'd like to get the questions, they're available here. You just join the community, and then once you join, just send me a DM or email with your username, and I'll get you the questions right after the live and everything. But again, I go live at least 4 times a week. These questions, again, I'm going to be gone the first 2 weeks of August. But I'm doing 120 questions instead of the 50 to 60 to make sure you're getting the same amount of content while I'm gone. But number 96, which endocrine disorder is characterized by insufficient insulin production? It is B, it is diabetes mellitus, type 1. Again, this can also be type 2 as well. So a lack of insulin would be type 1. Insulin resistance would be type 2. So again, we have our lack of insulin or insulin resistance. Number 97, which disorder results from underactive thyroid hormone production, A, B, C, or D? The dawn and smoke leave, but basically both are more so going to describe like the morning hypoglycemia mainly affect there, but we can do so later on at the end of the live stream. But number 97, an underactive thyroid hormone would be it would be hypothyroidism. So this is defined by a low T3 or T4 production. Hyperthyroidism would be high thyroid hormone. Cushing's is too much cortisol. Diabetes insipidus, it's antidiuretic hormone deficiency. So this would be too much, and then Cushing's would be too much cortisol. 98, which symptom is most associated with hypothyroidism? A, B, C, or D? So cortisol and glucagon, they're both hormones. Basically, they are really responsible for responding to stress, right? Cortisol, again, is a glucocorticosteroid that is going to help regulate your glucose use. It can reduce inflammation. It's released during your stress. Glucagon is a peptide hormone, primarily for increasing your blood glucose by triggering the liver to release your stored glucose in the form of glycogen. And it can also promote glucose production. A quick explanation of it. But it's going to be C. It's going to be fatigue and weight loss for number 98. What symptom is most associated with hypothyroidism? That is fatigue and weight gain. I said weight loss. I meant weight gain. But number 99, the anterior pituitary releases which of the following hormones? A, B, C, or D? A, B, C, or D? What do you all think for this one? A, B, C, or D? Awesome, it's B. It is ACTH, TSH, and GH. These are released again from your anterior pituitary. Insulin and glucagon, these are from your pancreas. It's from your thyroid. This is from your adrenal cortex. And this is from your adrenal medulla. Number 100. Which hormone regulates metabolism by increasing the basal metabolic rate, your BMR, your basal metabolic rate, A, B, C, or D? We have 120 questions. 120 questions. We're almost at 50,000 likes. It'd be crazy if we could hit 50K before we end the live today. That'd be insane. Number 100, though, that is answer choice B. It's going to be thyroxine or T4. This is going to increase your cellular metabolism. Growth hormone would promote your growth, but it is not going to be necessarily with your metabolism. Insulin would regulate glucose, not your basal metabolic rate. And ACTH stimulates your adrenal glands, so no metabolic activity directly there. Number 101, getting into the 100s now, moving on. Where is sperm produced in the male reproductive system? I actually messed up. I actually have the last 10 questions are the pharmacology questions. But we're on number 101 now. Also, if you would like to get the questions, you just got to join our community here on TikTok. It's down there. It's down here. I just put up a little notification for it. Also, if you'd like to request topics, the bottom left corner has the Surface Plus button, which you can reach to DM me and send me requests for the live topics. I'll also show you the schedule for this week as well. But number 101, it is produced in B. It is the seminiferous tubules. Epididymis is going to store and mature it. Vas deferens will transport sperm, and prostate will add fluid. Number 102, what is the primary female reproductive organ that is going to produce eggs? A, B, C, or D? A, B, C, or D? What do you all think? Perfect. It's an ovary. Fantastic. Love it. Again, so what occurs here when in terms of producing eggs, this is going to be our oogenesis. And hormone production as well. Number 103, which hormone is going to trigger ovulation during the menstrual cycle? It is called the blank surge. The blank surge. A, B, C, or D? It's going to be B. It's going to be the LH surge. This is going to trigger ovulation. Number 104, during which phase of the menstrual cycle does the endometrium thicken in preparation for implantation? The vas deferens are going to add fluid to the semen. These PDFs are available for the TikTok subcommunity here. You can either request topics for the live, or join the sub. If you hit the bottom left corner here, it'll let you join, or you can send me a message during the live requesting a topic or anything like that. Or if you just have any questions as well. Number 104, the answer is D. It is the luteal phase. It is the luteal phase. Progesterone maintains the thick endometrium post-ovulation here. Number 105, what is the primary function of progesterone during early pregnancy? Early. Happy Tuesday, the NP mentor. Happy Tuesday. A, B, C, or D for number 105. What do you guys think? A, B, C, or D? Answer is B. It is maintaining the uterine lining. Oh, this is great. Thank you. I appreciate it, Christy. I appreciate you. You're great as well. This is critical for the embryo implantation and survival. So again, the progesterone is going to maintain the uterine lining. Estrogen is actually going to build it up. Moving on to the next page. Thank you so much. It's my first day to join. Awesome. Welcome. It's nice to meet you. Number 106. What hormone is detected by pregnancy tests? A, B, C, or D? Also, I know somebody was asking about the questions. This is how you get the questions. You join the TikTok community down here. Once you join, I will send you the questions after every live. I do have to go through and get everyone's information and everything like that. So just be a little patient while I collect everything and get it all sent out and stuff. But number 106, the answer is C. It is HCG. It is our human gonadotropin. That is what is detected in pregnancy tests. This gets produced, essentially, the embryo produces it. This also maintains the corpus luteum as well. Number 107, where does fertilization usually occur? A, B, C, or D? What do you guys think? The answer is C. It is the fallopian tube. It is the most common site. Obviously, specifically, it will be at the ampulla. Number 108, which process is going to produce sperm cells? What is that called? A, B, C, or D? Number 108, which process produces sperm cells? The answer is C. It's spermatogenesis. That involves meiosis in the testes. Meiosis, too, is part of the process. It's not the entirety. It is not the entirety. So again, this is part of it, but not its entirety. Oogenesis would be the egg production. Number 109, how does oogenesis differ from spermatogenesis? A, B, C, or D? What do you guys think? A, B, C, or D? We have 50,000 likes. Let's go, guys. That's awesome. Thank you guys so much. That's incredible. You guys are awesome. I appreciate it. That is insane. 50,000 likes is absolutely nuts. That is insane. But 100. So the answer is going to be B here. It's going to be one viable egg in polar bodies. So it has one functional ovum that will form. Number 110. So these are kind of move into, in a sense here, last question, but also kind of moving into some pharmacology. Number 110, which of the following is a hormonal method of birth control, A, B, C, or D? While you guys are answering this question, I did want to ask, because I have 10 more questions after this one, up into 120. They're pharmacology questions, just as a couple bonus. If you're planning on leaving, let me know. I can show you the schedule for the rest of the week and the next 2 weeks here. And then we can go back to the pharmacology questions if you're not interested in the pharmacology questions. If you just want to know the schedule, I'm happy to skip ahead a little bit. Yes? Okay, perfect. After we answer this question, I'll skip ahead. And then I'll give you guys the schedule, then we'll go back and answer the questions. But number 110, the answer is C, they are birth control pills. Which of the following is a hormonal method of birth control? The answer is birth control pills. Copper IUD is non-hormonal, and then diaphragm, it's a barrier method. D is also a barrier method. Real quick here, then we'll come back. I just want to give out the schedule. The schedule here, again, that was yesterday, and this was today. We'll be live again Wednesday and Thursday, 3:30 p.m. Saturday will be 2, and then Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. I will be gone until about the 18th, so I'm doubling up. These are going to be 2 hours long instead of 1 hour to make sure that you guys are getting the same amount of content. It's just in a shorter amount of time, in a sense. Again, I want to make sure that the amount of content is the same and everything like that. So again, that's the schedule. If you want to take a quick screenshot there, I'll give another second, then we're going to go right back up to 111, just if you're not interested in pharmacology questions. But one more second, and we're going to go back up. So thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you, Baby1, for the sub. Please send me a DM so I can get you these questions. Number 111, medications that end in this suffix are commonly classified as what? And an example of this would be lisinopril. Lisinopril as well. Also, if you have any topic requests for questions, please send me a direct message. It's through the Service Plus button during the live. You can request topics. It's the best way to get in contact with me as well. If you also send me the word ebook, it'll be $20 off the HESI and TEAS A&P study guide. Or if you're interested in tutoring, I have tutoring and group classes opening up. The availability for that is going to be on August 18th because I'm going to be away. So I have my tutoring is full until the end of the month, and then I'll be gone. And when I come back, it's going to be opening up again. But number 111, the answer is going to be B. It is ACE inhibitors. Lisinopril ACE inhibitors are going to block. ACE inhibitor essentially means it is an angiotensin converting enzyme is going to inhibit that. That's going to lower your blood pressure. Number 12, drugs that end in olol. The examples here would be atenolol or metoprolol. Belong to which class? A, B, C, or D? And again, it's in the bottom left corner there. If you have any topics that you would like to see, if you'd like to link to the YouTube with the replay, if you want to link to my website with all the notes and everything like that, please let me know. Thank you so much, Maddie, for the sub. Please send me a DM so I can get you the questions. For whatever reason you can't send me a DM, my email is in my TikTok bio. Number 112. The answer is the beta blockers. So this is pharmacology, but the first 110 questions were for like TEAS, anatomy and physiology, TEAS, HESI, and a little preparation for your A&P class. These last 10 questions here are pharmacology based. Because I know a lot of people have been requesting pharmacology. Number 113, what is the drug name ending and is associated with cholesterol lowering agents? I'm so sorry about that. I've been talking like all day, so my voice is starting to go on. I apologize. The answer here is going to be B. It is going to be A, statins. Anytime you see statins, they are associated with lowering your cholesterol. Example that would be simvastatin, torvastatin. They lower, basically, they're going to lower your LDL. Yes, more pharmacology, please. Yeah, we're actually going to be doing some more pharmacology. Rosuvastatin for the win. Yes, I know a lot of people are on rosuvastatin. We're going to be doing some more pharmacology tomorrow and Thursday too. I always try to do A&P. So like A&P 1 is normally on Mondays, ANP2 is normally Tuesdays. And then the rest of the week is normally by request. We've had a lot. We have arrhythmias and ECG readings on Thursday as well. Thank you for the gift as well. Thank you for the follows. Number 14, omeprazole and pantoprazole are examples of which class of drugs, A, B, C, or D. I recall from work in CVS. Yes, I was actually a pharmacy tech for 4.5 years. I was at Walmart though. I wasn't at CVS. So if you're a pharmacy tech in here, a pharmacist, I know that you have absolutely been through it. I know how brutal that job is. It really is brutal. But number 114, the answer is C. It is a proton pump inhibitor. So proton pump inhibitors, I'll put this up here. They are going to reduce stomach acid. How they do that is they block, so this is kind of the symbol that I use for block. They are going to block your hydrogen potassium ATPase. Number 15, medications that end in sartan, an example here would be losartan, are used to treat what? Are used to treat what? A, B, C, or D? So in the name of my heart meds out. My CVS branch closing out to clothing store. Oh my goodness. 8 years of being a pharmacist and now a PharmD student. That's awesome. No, that's awesome that you're a PharmD student. Congratulations on starting to get your PharmD. I've actually considered doing going into pharmacy because I did enjoy. I'd never do retail again. But I would like to work in like industry or work in a hospital pharmacy. I've been thinking about getting my PharmD or PhD. I've been trying to decide which one I want to do. But number 115 here, the drugs that end in sartan, that's going to be A. It's going to be hypertension. Basically as ARBs. ARBs are going to block angiotensin 2. In a sense, this is going to lower your blood pressure. Number 116, which of the following drug suffixes indicate a local anesthetic? If you see it as a PharmD and doing research. Yeah, that's what I love doing research. When I was in my master's, I did it in particularly. I did urinary bladder cancer and I did non-small cell lung cancer as well. That's kind of what my research was focused on. But thank you, I appreciate that. You can definitely see me doing that. Thank you, Lauren. But number 116, the answer is going to be B. It's going to be cane. An example of that is lidocaine. They numb areas, local anesthetic. Number 117, diazepam and lorazepam are going to belong to which drug class based on their suffix? A, B, C, or D? Yeah, a lot of people have died from prescription. Yeah, there's actually been a few cases of that where we've had to fill out things like that, or sometimes we've prevented it as well, just from like basically like a prescription, like a doctor prescribing something that shouldn't have been prescribed, and another thing that got prescribed by another doctor and stuff. It's definitely like an importance of pharmacists and pharmacy techs having their drug literacy. The answer is going to be C. It is going to be benzodiazepines. These are used mainly for treating anxiety or seizures. Number 118. Which suffix is commonly found in corticosteroid drugs? A, B, C, or D? A, B, C, or D? Awesome. Last 3 questions here. We're going to power through these last 3 questions, and I'll flip the camera around and say hello to everybody. The answer is going to be C. It's sewn. Classic one. Prednisone. You have hydrocortisone. I think the funniest thing I've ever had is I had a roommate who, he got sick and they prescribed him prednisone, and he came back and he's like, I'm going to get jacked, guys. They prescribed me a steroid. Like, I don't care if I'm sick. I'm hitting the gym and I'm getting jacked. I was like, oh, buddy, that's not how that works. Anyway, number 119, a drug ending in mycin is typically what? Typically erythromycin. That actually has happened to me a few times where people have gotten and they're like, "Oh, should I work out while I'm on this so I can get big?" And I'm like, that's not the same steroid. Answer here is going to be an antibiotic. Anything with mycin normally means it's an antibiotic. Erythromycin, azithromycin. Antifungal would be like azole. It looks like an A. Hold on. Number 120, last question. Fluoxetine and sertraline are examples of what? A, B, C, or D? I would probably think the same. Don't think that. It's definitely not true. That's so funny, though. But yeah, it would, I guess, like, in a sense, it would. But it'd be, the answer to this last question here is B, or SSRIs. Selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors. MAOIs, those are older antidepressants. SNRIs, TCAs, those are different mechanisms of action. But thank you guys so much for joining. I'm going to stick around here for just a few minutes. How can you have the practice questions? You join the community here on TikTok. It's down here. Thank you so much. Thank you, Christy, for joining today. I appreciate it. This is how you get the questions. You join the TikTok community here. Thank you, Carolyn. Thank you for being here. Again, I'm going to here's the schedule for the next 2 weeks. Let me just explain. I'm just going to talk here for a minute, and then I'll answer your guys' questions. So thank you guys. Keep saying thank you, but seriously, thank you guys. Here is my schedule for the next 2 weeks. This is, so again, we'll be live tomorrow at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Same thing with Thursday. Saturday is going to be 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, 3:30 p.m. You can basically, on my profile, it'll say next live event scheduled, and you can register for it. It should send you a notification when I go live, or you can hit the bell. That's how you know. So I will actually, from the 31st to about the 18th, I might be back sooner. If I am, I'll go live again. But I'm going to be gone, so I won't be going live. So basically the subs and just you guys who frequently watch, you're normally used to 1 hour live streams and 50 to 60 questions per live. But basically for this week and next week, to make sure that you guys are still getting the same amount of content, I'm doing 2 hour live streams, and they are 120 questions. So you're getting the same amount of material. It's just in a shorter time. I just want to make sure that's pretty clear. I don't want anyone to be confused. And anyone's confused while I'm gone and not going live or just not getting questions or anything like that. So hopefully, if there's any questions about that, please email me. Like I am happy to answer that question. Or anything like that. If you want to request questions and topics, the bottom left corner, it'll either say Service Plus or subscription. Just hit that button and it'll say DM me. That is how you can request questions or topics for any of the next live streams. And then the TikTok, I just put up the notification for how to get the questions. And then I do have availability again starting August 18th, one-on-one tutoring, group classes. If you're interested in that, hit the Service Plus button. We can talk about it. I can answer any of your questions about that. And then also the service, if you message me the word ebook, it's $20 off the HESI and TEAS study guide. And then if you want the link to my website or anything like that, I have notes for ANP1. I have notes for ANP2 here. That's pretty much the end of my spiel or anything like that. Please let me know if you have questions about that. It's a more important question. I recommend DMing me, not just in the TikTok live here. But I am going to stick around here. I'm going to flip the camera around. Hello, everybody. Hi, it's Ollie. It's nice to meet you if you're new here. Let me fix my hair. It's so flat after looking down at the screen for 2 hours. This is the face of the guy that has been yapping to you for the last 2 hours now about anatomy and physiology. Thank you, Limbo Beauty, for the sub. Please send me a DM so I can get to the questions. Hi, everybody. Hello, everybody. Hi, I'm Ollie. I have my master's degree in molecular medicine. I've been tutoring anatomy and physiology for 5 years. I love anatomy and physiology. I love doing these. Hi, you're the best. No, you guys are the best. Seriously. Shorty, please send me a DM so I can get you the coupon. And again, if you would like to get the questions, they are available to the TikTok community. I'm going to put it up here. This is how you get the questions. I'll get them by the end of the night. I got to go through and collect everyone's information. What topics will be covered tomorrow and Thursday? I have them here. Actually, if you guys send me a DM, the Service Plus button, I have, I gotta make it actually later tonight. Let me see. So tomorrow, I don't have anything planned. It's gonna be a mix of ANP2 questions if nobody sends me any topics. But on Thursday, we have ECG readings, and then we have arrhythmias so far, a little bit of anatomy and physiology, and also we're going to be doing a little bit of pharmacology and stuff. So anything in particular, it's in the bottom left corner there, hit the Service Plus button, send me what questions you would like to see. I'm absolutely going to include them. I've been keeping it open, just send me. If you don't want it this week, again, I will be live next week, again Saturday, and then Monday through, I do about 4 lives a week-ish. So again, there's plenty of time to get those questions in. They're going to be 120 questions. It's a lot of questions to make for live, so please send them. I'm happy to put them in there. Am I a soccer player? I actually am not. No, I used to play football, but I played soccer when I was little. I occasionally play with my friends now and then, but I used to. I was very little, but I played football. And I also ran a little bit of track. But I also have my questions open here. But thank you guys so much. More like an intro. In a way, yeah, we're going to be doing some like introduction questions. It depends on what people request, to be honest. I kind of keep it, if no one really requests anything, I kind of keep it a little more to an introduction level. Thanks, you're awesome. Thanks, you guys are awesome. Can you buy particular mitosis? Yes, Jessica, absolutely. I just subscribed. Yes, Limba, please send me a DM. I'll get your information. We'll get you the questions and everything. If you did sub, please just be a little patient because there were a lot of new people here today, and I have a lot of you have been messaging me, so I'm gonna get to everybody by tonight, end of tomorrow. But you'll get the questions by the end of the night. I just have to get everybody's information and whatnot. So just hopefully just be a little patient there. I got to go through everything. I'll be starting farm in August. It's awesome, perfect. Subscribe and send Bob. Perfect. Thank you. I appreciate that. Rhythms and conditions. Yes, Lauren, hit the Service Plus button. It's in the bottom left corner. And send that there, so I can. That's what I'm gonna look through. I don't really write them down during the lives or anything like that, so I can pay attention to like what answer the questions and whatnot. But after the live stream, I go through every DM and everything. Do I have practice against the TEAS? Yes, we do them on here. I do have some already on my website, but I've been giving them out to the TikTok sub community. You can hit at the bottom left corner there and join, or I'll put a little notification up there. I have micronex as my last prerequisite. That's awesome. Yeah, we can do some if there's any microbiology topics. Let me know. More farm, awesome. Yeah, we're doing some pharmacology. Yep, absolutely. Any other quick questions here before I do get going? But seriously, thank you guys so much. I want to start school. That's awesome. Yeah, no, we can definitely get you some more practice questions and help and everything. I am going to get going here in just a minute. If you did sub, just give me a couple minutes or give me a little while. I got to get everybody's stuff. Take care, Ollie. Thank you so much for joining, Christy. I appreciate it. Thank you guys. Seriously, thank you guys so much. I love you guys. I love doing this. This is so much fun. Thank you guys. Seriously, again, this is so much fun. I love doing this. So thank you all. Have a great rest of your day. Please DM me if you have any questions or anything like that. Doing great. Yes, thank you. I appreciate it. Hit the Service Plus button if you want to get the ebook. Again, send me the message for ebook. It's the study guide for A&P for the HESI and TEAS. Let me see if it'll let me put it up here. And if you'd like to get the questions, like I mentioned, you just join this. Subscribe. Perfect. Send me. I think you said you sent me a DM, but I'll go through the DMs and everything after this. I'm diffused now. Awesome. Have a great rest of your day, everybody. Again, I'll be going through the DMs and answering everybody's DMs. So I got a lot of DMs. I saw that I have like over 100 of you guys that messaged me. I'm going to answer everybody, so just be a little patient while I go through them. So, yeah, thank you for your patience. I'm going to answer everybody, so don't worry. I will get to you. So if you don't hear from me immediately, don't worry about it. I'm going through the order of everything. Thanks. No problem, Wendy. Thanks for being here. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Laura. Good to see you. But I'm going to get going now. You guys have a great rest of your day. Yes, I can. Yes. You guys have a great rest of your day. Thank you all so much. You guys are awesome. I love doing this. Seriously, I appreciate you guys. I think, what did we end with today with the like counter? 58,000 likes. That is insane. Thank you all so much for the support. Thank you for the follows, for the likes, the participation, everything. Again, my A&P notes, they're linked in my TikTok bio. I've got this the study guide. Send me a message. I'll send you the link to it, and then I'll also give you a coupon for it. Bye. Thank you. Have a great day. You too, Juliet. Thank you so much. Thank you. God bless. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Yeah, like I mentioned, also the HESI and TEAS study guide is available on my website, linked in my bio. I'll send you the link or the coupon as well. Also, my A&P notes are on my website. Those are linked in my bio as well. But you guys have a great rest of your day. I love you guys. Can't wait to see you in the next live.